Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here, but either way, I'm super happy to be hanging out with you guys today. This is going to sound melodramatic, which it is, let's be honest, but I never in a million years thought I would be filming this kind of video on my channel, because if you guys have been around for a while, then you know that I have a million lipstick swatch videos up already. I love lipstick so much. A true creamy, opaque nude lipstick. Ooh, one of my all-time favorite things. So I just was never really into the tinted sheer lip moment until recently. I actually got a tinted lip balm sent to me in PR and I was like, should I just give it away immediately? But thought I would try it. I'm so glad I did because I immediately was obsessed. It was like love at first sight. So believe it or not, this has quickly become my new favorite lip look to rock. A tinted lip balm where it's a sheer wash of color, not too opaque, but it has that nice juiciness to it, and it just all really brings your lips to life. So I know that this kind of fresh face, natural look is really in right now. So I thought that it would be perfect timing to show you guys a bunch of different affordable options for tinted lip balms that I think are super pretty that I have not been able to stop wearing. So I have 8 different options to show you guys here. We have different brands like e.l.f., Honest Beauty, Versed, a couple others, and we have a lot of different shades. We have variety and price points. So hopefully by the end of this video, you will be able to find your perfect tinted lip balm that is going to be so pretty to rock in the spring and summer months. Before we jump into it, if you are new here, quick little intro about me. My name's Abby and I'm basically obsessed with all things beauty. So whether that is showing you guys new products like this and reviewing things on my channel, or doing a ton of hair care and skincare research and sharing my tips and tricks with you guys, those are all things that I love posting on my channel and what you can expect to see from me. So if you're into that kind of content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on my next video. All of those things really help to support me, so thank you so much for doing that. Really means a lot. And you should also come hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok. My username is Abby Young on all social media platforms. Spelling is right here for you guys because it's a little bit weird. And before I forget, I also recently just launched my Lightroom presets for editing photos. So if you've been really sick of the really hyper over-edited look on Instagram, but you still want something to make your photos pop, make your feed cohesive, just give you that subtle glow, you know, that makes you stop scrolling but still isn't too much, my presets are going to be perfect for you. I am in love with them. I'm super excited about them. So all of that linked below if you guys are interested. But other than that, we are ready to jump into this video. Let's swatch some tinted lip balms. First up, we have a super affordable option from e.l.f. It's called their Ride or Die Lip Balm and it's only $5. This is one that does have a little bit of a thicker formulation, and when you first squeeze it out of the tube, it's almost slightly sticky, but nothing too unpleasant. But as you start to rub it in, magic happens, I swear. It shears out a little bit. It feels so nice and soft and moisturizing on the lips, and I think it just looks so good and juicy. So these lip balms from e.l.f. have jojoba oil in them, which is going to help to soften the lips and add that really nice shine. And even though it doesn't feel completely traceless on the lips, I personally love the way that it feels while I'm wearing it because, again, it just leaves my lips feeling juicy and moisturized, which is what I want. So the first shade that I have here is called Tough Cookie. This is a really beautiful warm toned brownish nude, and the scent of this is incredible. It smells like sugar cookie. I wish all of these lip balms had that scent because they actually change the scent depending on the shade and name. Which is a bummer because this is like heaven, but this is such a pretty one. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And the other shade that I have from e.l.f. is called Boss Berry, and oh my gosh, you guys, this shade is so gorgeous. Truly a berry toned with kind of a magenta, fuchsia-y, purple-y, which is what magenta and fuchsia are, undertone to it, but not too intense in either direction, honestly. The perfect mix between a purple and a pink, and it's so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This I'm super excited about because I have been wanting to rock shades like this forever, but I feel like a lot of the times when I have them on in a fully opaque formulation, it just looks a little bit too startling for me, especially on my skin tone, versus I feel like if you have deep to dark skin tones, those really opaque berry shades look stunning. Me, especially when I don't have self-tanner on, which I do right now, it can be a bit much in my personal opinion. So something like this that has that sheer wash of color, oh my gosh, I think it's so beautiful. The only downside to this one for me is the scent. It has that kind of artificial sugary berry candy-like scent to it, which I'm just not a huge fan of personally. So if you like that kind of smell, then you will really enjoy this, but I wish they all had that vanilla cookie smell. Otherwise, it's honestly not something that's really bothersome throughout the day. It's really only when you're initially applying it that it's like, whoo. And those are the two options that I have from e.l.f. If you're not into these shades, they do have 5 other shades available, and same thing goes for the rest of the brands that I'll show you guys today. They all have more color options available online. Unfortunately, they didn't have a ton in store when I was picking these up, but I tried to pick up shades that I thought would be the most universal or the most flattering on the widest variety of skin tones. But of course, if these are not your speed, they do have 5 other options, and I want to try them all now. Next up, we have another incredibly affordable option, a cent cheaper. We have the Burt's Bees Squeezy Tinted Lip Balm. These cost $4.99, and these are so good as well. These have cocoa butter in them to help to keep your lips nice and moisturized and soft, and they definitely have a different formulation than e.l.f. So I would say they're thinner, they're still not super liquidy, but as you start to rub them into the lips, it does feel a little bit more like a lip oil versus a lip balm, which I think the e.l.f. formulation definitely feels like. So if that sounded a little bit too thick for you, then you'll probably prefer this one. I also think that this one has a little bit less pigment to it and a little bit less juice or shine, so I think it has a slightly more natural look. So if you were wanting something like that, then I also think you will prefer this. The first shade that I have here is called Berry Sorbet, and oh man, this is my favorite kind of shade. I think it's so flattering. It's that pinky nude that has a little bit of a purple undertone, but it's not too intensely purple, not too intensely pink. I just think it's so subtle and so beautiful on so many different skin tones. So I absolutely love this one. And again, this does smell sugary and artificial. I would say it's probably not as intense as the e.l.f. formulation, and again, isn't really something that you can smell throughout the day, but dang, I wish that these were just unscented or just all... Can we get rid of the sugar scent? Is that just me? I feel like it's a kindergarten thing, but otherwise, I think it's gorgeous. And then the other shade that I have from Burt's Bees is called Watermelon Rush, and this one I would say is kind of like a hybrid between magenta and red, because it's not completely pink, it's not completely red, feels like it lives somewhere in the middle, and I do think this is a gorgeous shade if you want something that's a little bit brighter. Not that once it's blended in, it's this bright, bold, crazy lip, but compared to the other ones, it's definitely not quite as subdued. The thing about this is that because it's brighter and more bold, it is a little bit trickier to work with, so you have to be patient with it, because as you start to blend it in, it can look a little bit off if the color is not completely even and it's more obvious. So I have to kind of spend some time with this while I'm applying it to make sure that the color is nice and even, but once I do get it there, I do really love it. Again, scent, really hate it, to be honest. This one is probably the worst so far. Artificial watermelon really grosses me out, but other than that, I feel like you can't go wrong with Burt's Bees. Next is an option from Honest Beauty. It's called their Glossy Lip Gloss, and it's $14.99, so a little bit higher in price point, and it's technically a lip gloss, but it's the same exact type of product as the rest of these, so just a difference in name. They do have tinted lip balms in the chapstick formulation. I didn't really want to pick any of those because I feel like you just don't get nearly the same result as you do with products like this. It doesn't have that yummy juiciness to it, you know? I mean, if you guys want a video on chapstick tinted lip balms, let me know, I can definitely do that, but I far prefer this look than that look, so hopefully that's okay. This one has some really good ingredients in it actually, like coconut oil, jojoba oil, hyaluronic acid. It's like, ooh, we're treating our lips when we're using this, but it also has vitamin C, which I think is the reason why it has some issues and inconsistencies with the formula. There are some bumpies in it, which sounds disgusting. It threw me off for sure at first. I think it's from the vitamin C powder, but it's something that you can get off of your lips, and once they're off, it feels really nice. Otherwise, I would not include it in this video. So if that freaks you out, then you'll want to skip this, but if you can get past that and you're okay with just having to kind of remove them while you're applying it, which I think is pretty easy, then I think you'll really enjoy this if you want something that's super, super lightweight, because this is definitely the thinnest and lightest weight option so far. And it's also the most sheer. So if you really want something that's just a tiny little hint of color, has a lighter weight feel to it, but still gives your lips a little bit of life, then I think you'll really enjoy this. The shade that I have here is called Axinite, and it's a really gorgeous warm brown. It's deeper than that Elf Cookie shade, so if you liked that kind of look but wanted something a little bit deeper, then this will be perfect for you. I really think it's pretty. Such a nice, just, I feel like versatile, universal shade. And I really can't smell anything with this option, so I don't know if it's completely unscented or if there's a tiny hint of something, but if there is, I cannot really smell anything at all, so that's great too. Next is from Undone Beauty, and this is called their Lip Life Balm, and this one is $10. This has such a weird applicator. I'll show you guys right here. They say that it's a soft, smoothing, exfoliating applicator for gentle, dry skin removal. I don't really get flaky lips, so I don't use it for that. It's very bizarre. It's not like it hurts or anything like that, but I mean, I guess if you had flaky lips, that could be nice because it can kind of just loosely slough that off, but for everyday use, I kind of wish that it didn't have that because it does feel kind of weird. I often find myself just ditching the applicator and applying it with my finger because I'm like, what is going on with this? But other than that, it feels so nice and lightweight on the lips, really similar to Honest Beauty in that sense where it's just a little bit thinner and more liquidy. And this also has some really good ingredients like shea butter, rosehip oil, and jojoba oil. I love this. Just give our lips a little bit of nourishment, and it's one that also has less pigment to it, still has really pretty shine, so one that is a little bit more natural looking on the lips. The shade that I have here is 930 My Own Cloud, and it's a really pretty light, just flirty feminine pink. I think it's beautiful and is going to be perfect for those of you that really want something that looks like you barely have anything there, but there's just a little kiss of color to bring your lips to life. Also doesn't really have any predominant scent. It kind of just smells like oils, if that makes sense, which is also great. And last but certainly not least is my favorite option out of all of these, and actually the one that I received in PR, which made me fall in love with tinted lip balms, is the Versed Silk Slip Tinted Lip Oil. This costs $9.99, and right now when I'm filming this video, it still is only available on their website. I think it's because it's brand new, but I know that Target carries the rest of the Versed range product line. So hopefully they will be in Target stores really soon because this is the best thing to ever happen to my lips. Hands down, by far, absolute best formulation out of all of these. It is perfect. When I first put this on, I was like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. It has vitamin E, jojoba oil, sesame oil, and camelina oil. And it's gorgeous. It doesn't feel too oily on the lips though, so whereas that Burt's Bees one or like the Honest Beauty gloss, some of those do feel slightly more oily. It's not quite like that, but it's not as thick as the e.l.f. option. It's kind of in between, feels so soft, so conditioning. It's unbelievable. I love the way that this feels so much, and I wish that they had more shades available because I think they only have 3 right now. Please come out with more because I will buy every single one. So the first shade that I have here is called Ruby, and it's true to name. It's a gorgeous ruby shade. This is another one similar to that watermelon shade from Burt's Bees where you do have to be a little bit more careful with the way that you apply it because as you start to get to the edges of the lips and it kind of bleeds over, it just can look a little bit off. So this one takes a little bit longer for me to apply because of that. But otherwise, I think it is a really beautiful color and it's a little bit more subdued for a red. So if you wanted a tinted red lip, but one that's not super bright, then I think that you'll be in love with this one. And the second shade that I have from them is called Fig. This has that purpley, more mauve undertone to it, but again, without being too intense. I think it's gorgeous. And I honestly can't think of a skin tone that this would look bad on. I feel like this would be so pretty on so many different skin tones. Obviously would look different, but still, I feel like this is a really universal shade. And I also love these because I feel like it has the perfect level of pigment, not too sheer, but also isn't too opaque for those of you that want something that's more in the middle. I just feel like these hit the middle ground for everything, but in the best way possible. And they also don't have a scent at all. So holy crap, please come out with 100 more shades. I want more nudes and pinks. Please, I'm begging you. This is so good. All right, you guys, those are all the options that I wanted to show you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, had fun hanging out and swatching with me, and also found something that's going to be the perfect fit for you. So if there's a formulation that sounded right up your alley, let me know. If there's a shade that you liked the best, let me know that too. And if you're going to pick up one of these options, well, I absolutely need to know that, and I will have everything listed in my description box below for you guys in order of mention / swatch, so that it's nice and organized for you. So let's all chat tinted lip balms in the comments below. Please let me know if there are other brands that I need to look into, and if you want me to do a video just like this, but with products that are not from the drugstore, I'm so down, because I feel like I'm gonna replace my lipstick collection with tinted lip balms. I said it. If you guys enjoyed this video, again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, send this video to a friend. You guys know the drill at this point, but I have to reiterate because it really does make a big difference. So thank you again for your support. Other than that, my next video will be up in a few days, so stay tuned for that. But until then, I hope you have a great few days.